This is the Crush Crowdfunding Podcast, the #1 place for people who want to launch on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. My name is Nalin, and I invite you to join me for tips, hacks, and insights to get you launched and fully funded. Hey everyone, welcome to another session of the Crush Crowdfunding Podcast. I'm really excited to have you here today and to really talk to you about crowdfunding and how you can absolutely crush your goal on Kickstarter and absolutely crush your goal on Indiegogo. Are you scared? Really? Are you scared? A lot of people that I talk to these past few weeks, these past few days, both in person, face-to-face, where I'm based in, and also online, potential clients, people I just meet randomly through different forums online. A lot of people actually are afraid. They're afraid to share anything behind the scenes. They're afraid to show people what they're doing for their crowdfunding campaign. So my question for you today is are you afraid? Are you scared to show people what you're doing? Let me backtrack a little bit here. So I asked this question because a lot of people I talk to, they're scared. They're scared to show anything that they're doing leading up to their crowdfunding campaign. They're scared to show any hiccups along the way. They're scared to open up and tell people their stories. They're scared to showcase people why they're creating this particular product and why they want to solve for this pain point. And digging deeper and deeper and deeper into this, asking so many questions, asking why, on and on, I've come to realize that people are scared to really showcase anything about their crowdfunding campaign, anything about the behind the scenes, because they think that, hey, all these big brands that I'm following, all of these Coca-Colas, these Amazons, these Googles, they always show the beautiful things on social media. They showcase everything that's polished. They showcase all the bright and cheery images. They show anything that is A+ in content. Well, that's great. It's great, really. It's great for an established brand because they're a global presence. They're worldwide. They need to inspire millions and billions of people. It's awful advice for crowdfunding. It's awful. It's completely awful. It's a completely insane thing to think about for crowdfunding. Because, remember, with crowdfunding, the process is the marketing. The process, your process is the marketing. That's just the key to marketing for crowdfunding. Your process, the process is the marketing. What does that mean? What I mean by that is that diehard fans of Kickstarter, diehard fans of Indiegogo, people who are going to back your product, who are those early adopters at heart, they're just not afraid to see the early drawings. They're not afraid to see broken PCB boards, right? They're not afraid to see you struggle just getting the seams right for that jacket you're creating. They're not afraid to see you mess up when you're creating your board game and your meeple looks a little weird. They're not afraid to see any of the issues. They're not afraid to see any of those struggles at all. On the contrary, this is the stuff that excites them and draws them to your story, your vision, and your project. This is the stuff that gets them to go, wow, that is so cool. I get to see everything from the beginning all the way to all the pitfalls that happened, all the struggles that happened, like designing a mug or a habit tracker journal or a smart water bottle. I can get to see that from all the way in the beginning all the way till it's made, marketed, and even ships to me. People who are on crowdfunding, guys, they love stuff like this. So when you're looking at trying to figure out what to do for your marketing, trying to figure out how to build your crowd, I encourage you to just be open. Be open, be transparent. People want to see all this. People want to see your story. They want to see literally where you're working. Honestly, just kind of look at me. I'm right now sitting in the middle of my kitchen/dining room recording this video. In the back, you can even see my fridge right there, and you can see my coats hanging out there. It's not perfect, but this is me. This is where I'm working today. This is what I'm doing today. And people love seeing that. They love seeing that you're real. Your story is real. You're coming from a place of transparency. You're coming from a place of authenticity. So just be who you are and showcase who you are, because nothing's going to be perfect. I assure you, your crowdfunding campaign, nothing's going to be perfect. You can plan things to a T, but things are going to fall apart. It's what you do when things fall apart that gets people to trust you, believe you, be supportive of you, be supportive of your story, be supportive of your project. So let's kind of look at how this plays out in the real world, because everyone's probably thinking, oh, I don't want to believe this. Like, no way. If my pictures aren't perfect, if my ads aren't spotless, if my PR outreach and influencer outreach isn't 100% great and perfect, no one's going to follow me. No one's going to believe me. No one's going to try to give me money for the product for this pre-order. So let's talk about an example. Do you guys remember the Tesla Cybertruck launch and Elon? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I really encourage you to go to whatever search engine you use, whether it be Baidu, Google, Bing, or whatever you want to use, and just type Cybertruck Tesla launch. See what happens. So if you're not going to type it out, don't worry, I'll tell you the story. Elon Musk, founder of Tesla, he went on stage to launch this Cybertruck, right? This new electric truck that he's been talking about for a while. He's like, wow, I'm so excited. I'm going to launch this Cybertruck. This thing was a live event on a stage with a giant audience. It was also streamed online, right? And millions of people were ready to watch this show, this launch of this Cybertruck, because everyone was like, wow, this truck, we're so excited to see it. What's it going to look like? What's it going to do? Like, everyone was super excited about it. But when he came on stage with the truck, everyone's jaw just dropped. It was an ugly thing. It was really ugly. It was angular. It was kind of unfinished. It didn't really have a lot of class, right? It was not a pretty thing. And then things got even better. Things got even better. The team tried to show how strong the truck was, because it was kind of marketed to be tough, strong, like a truck. So they tried to showcase like the strength of the truck. And they boasted that the windows can actually withstand a sledgehammer. This window can withstand bullets, right? So they're like, oh, this thing is so strong. This thing is so strong. But when they were actually doing the demonstration for it, it had a metal ball that they were going to throw at the window to showcase that, it's going to, bounce right off because it's so strong, right? But then, boom, they threw it and the window just shattered. It just broke into pieces. And they're like, ooh, that doesn't showcase strength. That doesn't showcase durability. And so they tried again. They didn't give up. They tried again. They got the metal ball again. And they were like, we're going to try this on a different window because it's supposed to be tough enough to just withstand all this, right? Boom. And it breaks. The second window breaks. It happened again. The same thing. It happened. It didn't withstand the metal ball. Oops, right? Just like big bad oops. From the looks of it, from every journalist article, everyone who was watching, all the millions of streamers, everybody who was online on Reddit, talking on Facebook, talking on Twitter, everyone thought the launch was a total failure. Total, utter, complete failure. Right after the event, shares of Tesla, they're a publicly traded company, shares of Tesla dropped by around 6%, which is giant. The 6% drop actually even means that Elon Musk's personal net worth dropped in one day by, I think it was $760 million. Like, the shares dropped so much, his net worth just dropped by $760 million in one single day, just because of that launch, just because that ugly piece of thing, just because the proof of durability and strength didn't work. All this just happened like overnight. It's crazy. However, hear me out. However, things took a turn. Within a few days of the disastrous launch event, disastrous, nothing went according to plan, disastrous launch event, Tesla received about 150,000 pre-orders for the Cybertruck. 150,000 pre-orders. 150,000 pre-orders for the Cybertruck. Yes, that same Cybertruck that was super ugly and everyone just hated on the angular design. The same Cybertruck that had its windows broken when it was trying to show how strong it was. That same Cybertruck got 150,000 pre-orders at $100 a piece. That's 15 million in pre-orders, guys. 15 million from that disastrous event. I'm still laughing at how crazy that event was. It was insane. Nothing went according to plan. So let's dissect this a little bit. Let's dissect what happened, because I think that knowing this will really, really help you guys wrap your head around the fact that the process is the marketing. Going up to the launch, the team behind the Cybertruck was probably sweating buckets. Let's be honest here. They were probably sweating buckets. The window wasn't going to be sledgehammer ready. It wasn't going to be bulletproof or metal ball ready. The prototype design of the car itself wasn't the most beautiful car on the block. The person who designed it probably just had their heart just palpitating the whole time because they were like, oh, what are people going to say? This doesn't look like any other car. It's just angular and just not that pretty or polished. Basically, just nothing was ready. Going up to the launch, nothing was ready. However, they were able to secure $15 million in pre-orders just because of that launch event. Why? Because they were really able to put down their barriers, take down everything that was going to be perfection, and show the world what they had. Show the world, hey, this is our idea. This is where we started. Hey, this is where this idea is going. This is going to be bulletproof. This is going to be much more beautiful when we actually go into production. This is what the wheels are going to be like. This is what we envision for it. They were able to take down those barriers and just bear all. They were able to show people, hey, like, we know this isn't perfect. Elon Musk even said, well, there's room for improvement. They were able to just tell people this is what they're trying to make. This is why they're trying to make it, and get people on board with their story, on board with their creation process, their production process, their vision and their idea, so that people will believe them that, hey, this is not something that's gonna come out from nowhere. This is it. This is the real deal. You're gonna see everything from the struggles. You're gonna see everything from the pitfalls to the wins. You're gonna see everything from our broken, shattered glass all the way through to, hey, our window that is sledgehammer and bulletproof. They were able to put down all those barriers and just show people exactly what they're working on and where they're going. And that, my friends, is the epitome of what you should be doing for your crowdfunding campaign. This is the epitome of the process is the marketing. And your process is your marketing. By showing the good and the bad, someone like Elon was able to secure the trust of tons of people around him, 150,000 people in the first few days of that disastrous launch, and bring people to his side. The process is the marketing. Kickstarter and Indiegogo backers are a lot like those people who put down money for the Cybertruck. They're the type of people who are not afraid to see things break. They're not afraid to see your struggle. They're just actually excited by the fact that you're showing them exactly what goes into making their product. They love your story. They love your wins. They love your fails. They love your struggles. And they love you being authentic with them, being open with them, showing them exactly what you're making, where you're at, where your headspace is at, where your vision is taking this company, taking this business, taking this product. They love seeing all that. And that's exactly what you should be doing for your campaign. What Elon is doing is exactly what you should be doing for your campaign. If you're at a point in your board game creation where you're still literally just making like cutout pieces for the different cards, show people that. If you're trying to test out different colors or styles for your new alarm clock, show people that. People love seeing all these behind the scenes. So every time or anytime you get scared of posting anything, or you get scared that this isn't perfect, or you get scared of like, hey, look, I'm in my kitchen doing this thing, don't be scared, right? The process is the marketing. Think back to Elon. Think back to the story I told you. Think back to Elon Musk and the disastrous launch of Cybertruck and how that just gained so much trust in such a short amount of time. Think back to Elon every time you're scared to post something, because the process is the marketing. And I assure you, the more open, the more honest you are with your audience and the people that you're trying to market to, the more they're going to be attracted to you, the more they're going to be addicted to you and your story and what you're offering. So next time you're scared, get out there and post. Get out there and show your story. Get out there and be who you are. That's kind of the message I have for you guys today. The process is the marketing. Remember that. So thank you for being with me here today. If you need a crowdfunding expert, feel free to get in touch. You can get started by heading to crushcrowdfunding.com. Lastly, I would be really grateful if you could leave a review for the podcast, because it will really help others who want to learn about crowdfunding just more easily find out about the podcast. Thank you so much for being here with me, and for subscribing to the podcast and for continuing to listen and just being here with me to go on this journey to crowdfund your product and your idea. I will see you guys in the next session. Thanks for listening to the Crush Crowdfunding Podcast at crushcrowdfunding.com. Tune in the same time next week for more ways to crush your launch.